Now let's move to project. And I have a project schedule already open. Let me go to that. In this project schedule, I have some custom task fields. In fact, if I slide this over, you'll see I also have the visibility custom task fields as well. In fact, if I right-click and look at the custom fields, we'll see that there's a flag here that is called Company Critical. And if I slide this over here, you can see some of these are set to yes, some are no. So it's a way for me to filter on the tasks that I care about. That's just one way. We also have some text fields. So we've got our short names, as I showed you before, so for nicknames. But we also have a functional area. So some of these tasks are assigned to functional area. Maybe they could be, cost, or maybe you set up another one for cost center, or for, sponsor, or, any number of ways that you want a tier 1 tasks or tier 2 tasks. You can set up and use all of these custom task fields. We also support date fields. So in this case, I've added a date field here called gate review, and you can see some tasks have a gate review date, others don't. And we can visualize that inside of the Swimlane Timeline. And lastly, there's number fields, custom number fields, and we have the numbers associated with milestone types and the numbers for color. So now that I have my project here, and I've got my custom fields, let's go ahead and create a Swimlane Timeline. So I don't have to leave project to do that. In Project 2010, we actually can add a ribbon, and we have the ability to create from a single active project, or if I have multiple projects open, I could do it from all open projects, but I'm just going to do it, in this case, from all active projects. And by the way, in 2003 and 2007, you have a tools menu, and we add these two commands to the tools menu, tools drop-down. So I'm going to go ahead and create from the active project. And now what it's going to do is it's going to read in. So Visio is talking to project, and it's reading in all the tasks, and it's reading in all of the custom task fields, just like it was reading in an Excel file. And we'll go to Visio here, and we can see the tasks that are brought in. And we're looking at this by default in a work breakdown structure format. If I were to go back to that and we viewed this in outline level 2, you can see here my summary task here is solution core, solution update, solution to the cloud. If I go back to Visio, I have my solution core, solution update, solution to the cloud, swim lanes. And those tasks are at the same level, so core complete, update complete, solution complete, project complete. Those are all at the same outline level as these summary tasks. They show up in a special swim lane. You can drag that maybe if you want it up to the top or leave it down at the bottom. Doesn't matter. But now that I've got it, my default view, I can start using those fields. Like I can filter on my company critical field, or I can apply my custom short names. And now you'll notice when it applies short names here, it's going to be able to tighten this up and compress these swim lanes even further because there's no text collision. So, what our algorithms are trying to do is make sure that we don't have shape collisions or text collisions. And now maybe I might want to show my gate review dates. So I'll go ahead and add a marker, put this on top in red, and I'll see those tasks that have gate reviews. So you can see here that we have a gate review here on these dates. Now, maybe I'd also like to group these by show me my tasks by functional area. Which ones are design? Which ones are develop? And so now I'm regrouping them. And I'm still looking, though, 2 levels deep. So if I want to look all levels deep, I can see my company critical tasks all levels deep. So if I've got a 1,000 task project and I really only care about 70 of them, boom, I can see those 70 very quickly, just like that. Now, other things that we can show is, which tasks are critical. So Microsoft Project schedules have tasks with 0 slack by default are critical. Notice these critical tasks get a red border. And I can also do things like show my dependencies. So those tasks that are currently showing here in the schedule, okay, so I've got these tasks here, and maybe, notice that in phase 1 complete, milestone is a predecessor to phase 1 development. And I don't have that for phase 2 because maybe it's buried down deeper. That's not being, or it wasn't deemed critical, so it's not shown. Let me show you how you can handle that. You can actually manually create connections too. So you simply grab when the shape gets completely highlighted, I'm using my connector tool, and when this shape gets completely highlighted, here we go, whoop, hit that. Okay, and let's change that to blue, and because I've manually created it, maybe I want to make it a dotted line as well. Okay, so not only do you have the ability to visualize dependencies that are visual, but that are currently being shown, but if you know that there are some underlying dependencies, you can manually create those as well. Now, another thing that I might want to do is to zoom in on my design, develop, and major milestone tasks. Maybe I don't care about documentation and training and deploy. I could use the name filter. You saw how I did that before when I filtered out, late and late due to predecessor. I could use a name filter on these as well. There's another way you can do that too, and that is by shift selecting multiple swim lanes, right-click, and say create a new page. And what it will do is, just like in Excel where you can create a new tab at the bottom, it's going to be creating a new page here that is just showing those swim lanes that I want to report on. Okay, and maybe what I want to do is, I can see this might be running a little bit late. Perhaps I'd like to insert a call out. So I'm actually using a Visio call out shape, and you can do this in 2003 and 2007 as well. And maybe what I want to do is say, let's discuss adding resources, but perhaps I'd like that centered, and I'd like a yellow background on that. Now, this might be something I want to share with my team in my status report, so I'll go ahead and I'll copy that to clipboard, and we'll bring up Word, and I'll open up my status report. And just a tip here, if you use the default paste, it actually pastes it in as a Visio drawing object. What that means is that if you give the Word document to someone else who has Visio, they can double-click on the Visio diagram and make visual changes to colors and fonts and things. But there is a lot of overhead with that. So the size of your Word documents get to be really large. So we recommend if all you want is the image, use the enhanced metafile image and paste that in. Now again, I know in live meeting things look a little pixelated here, but trust me, in a non-live meeting environment, this is absolutely a beautiful visual. But putting that right in to your status report. So.